My name is Steve H., and I'm going to take you on a journey through this amazing synth. But before you can learn any synth, you've got to understand how it's laid out. So first we study the synth's geography. So take out your geography textbooks and pay attention. At first viewing, this interface can look pretty complicated. So that's why I like to show you the lay of the land. And we're going to start right here with the synthesizer section. This is where all your sounds are created and processed. So the synthesizer section is made up of first the sound generators, which on the ES2 are called the oscillators. Think of these sound generators as our raw materials. And this whole section is like a factory. You see, we create sound with our raw materials, and then we ship it over here to the filters and overdrive section where we take that raw material and we shape it and we squeeze it and we sculpt it into its more or less final form. We get rid of the rough edges, and then we send it over here to the output and processing section. This is where we polish the sound by adding some flanging or chorusing, set its levels, and send it out to the channel strip. Now, the synthesizer section also contains the global parameters. These affect everything that we've programmed. The ones on the left are pitch specific. They affect global tuning and pitch bend. The ones at the top right are parameters that allow us to control things like polyphony and voices. They're called global parameters because they broadly affect everything we do with the ES2. Now, down here in the middle, we have a section that switches between being a modulation router and a vector envelope. The switches are located right here. That's router, and down here is vector. Now, even though you can only view them one at a time, they can both be active at the same time. Now, the modulation router and the vector envelope allow us to control all of the cool stuff up here in the synthesizer section. The next section, located right below, are the control modulators. Here we have some envelope generators and some LFOs, LFO1, LFO2, and 3 envelope generators, all of which can be routed via the router to control different parameters in the synthesizer section. And what makes the ES2 so powerful is the amount of control you have over all of these parameters. Finally, at the bottom, we have the macro controls and external MIDI controller assignment section. It's switchable over here. Now, these macro controls enable us to quickly get in and modify our sound without getting too deep into the interface. Great for quick, broad strokes. Now, when switched to MIDI, it allows us to bring in external MIDI controllers from our keyboards or drum pads or whatever. That's the ES2 geography. And understanding how these soft synths are laid out is key to understanding how they work. Next, we're going to look at the ES2's audio signal flow. So let's start flowing.